All right, you guys, happy Tuesday. My name is Emily, and I am going to be doing newbie orientation, getting started with your business. I am recording this, so you guys can always kind of refer back to this, but I want to hear from you guys first in the chat. Let me know where you are at in your business. Are you just starting? Did you just start a week ago? Are you a silver? Are you a gold? Or I see some diamonds even on here. So let us know where you're at in your business, and I am going to share my screen. I also want to just say, I do kind of like a little PowerPoint presentation if you haven't seen this Zoom yet before. So if you have access to maybe a computer that you could switch to really quick, or tilt your phone horizontal or something so you can see the slides, usually that works a little bit better. So I am going to figure out how to share my screen here. I feel like the buttons are always moving. All right. So let's see, we have one silver, we got a ruby, senior ruby, gold. Who else? Anybody brand spanking new on this Zoom? Nobody? All right, so I'm going to give you guys just 5 quick and easy steps to launch your business, what I personally think is successful. I am a diamond, and I also grew my husband's business to emerald. So I been around the block, I guess you could say. I don't know everything, but I do have some really awesome tips that I really think are going to help people get started. And I have seen successful in other people that I have worked with. So the very first step, number one, I put it as number one because I think that it is the most important step, is you have to have a goal, and you have to have a reason why you are doing this business, right? This business is a little bit tricky. It's a little bit different than your average job, quote unquote, right? It's very self-motivated. You have to get your butt out of bed every single day. And maybe you already have a day job or other obligations during the day that you have to fit this business into your lifestyle. And if you want to go far in this business, you have to have those goals, and you have to be visualizing your why. So a little story for me: when I first started, I was working a day job, and I was pregnant with my first at the time. And my first big goal with Plexus was that I wanted to be able to quit my job and stay home with my baby. I had about 6 months until he was due, and I just worked really, really hard. I woke up every single morning thinking, I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to quit my job, right? And I would work really hard on, my lunch breaks, or when I got home, or I'd wake up early, all the things. And I just kept visualizing those goals in my brain. And then when I went into labor, literally at my job, I was able to walk out of there and say, peace out, I'm not coming back. And that was the end of it. But even then, when I did hit that goal, and I wanted to hit the next goal, I was just visualizing in my brain what I wanted to do. I was able to retire my husband from his job. He is home full time with us too now. And we both get to do whatever we want every single day. But that was my goal, and that was my vision. And now I have even bigger visions. And you always have to have something that you're working for, and something like kind of big and kind of scary that really, really, really motivates you. So I'm kind of a quotes person, but I just want to read the quote here. It says, your goals are the roadmaps that guide you and show you what is possible for your life. Like, how perfect is that for like this business and like what I just said, right? Like, you have to kind of like follow that little roadmap and visualize what's at the end of the tunnel, right? So easy peasy. So with that, in talking about your goals, I think that it is so important to visualize them, write them out on paper. For me, what really worked for me is I bring my phone literally with me everywhere. It's with me every single place I go, even like to the bathroom. Awkward, I know. But my phone is always with me, and in my little note section, I have the iPhone. I don't know if all phones have that, but in there I have like a big goals map of everything that like comes to my brain that is like, I could do this with Plexus. I could quit my job. I could retire my husband. I could buy a farm. I could buy, 100 acres or whatever, like those were my dreams, right? So in there, I like write it all out, all the things, like even just like paying cash for Christmas, paying off debt, student loans, blah, 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 right? And in there, I get so much satisfaction when I hit my goals of just checking that little dot and then it moves to the bottom of my list, right? So that's for me. Otherwise, I know other people like to do like vision boards where they cut out of like magazines, like dream vacations or the plexus Lexus when you hit emerald, or I don't know, like green for emerald, whatever, or diamonds for diamond, right? Having something visual every single day to like look at and to dream about is really going to keep your mind working towards those goals too. Like you can't just like sit there and wish it in your brain. I think that it needs to be a visual reminder every single day of what you're working for, right? Because like I said, this is all self-motivation. And if it's not right in front of your face, if you're not thinking about it every day, every second of the day, it's not going to be as motivating, and it's going to get hard when the business gets hard. So that's like one of the big things that I think is really good for goal setting and just starting this business and even going through all the ranks, right? Is just having a really big goal and visualizing it. So then another thing too, morning rounds. Morning rounds is something that our team kind of invented. It's something that really helps you like, this is more like technical, I guess, really visualize what's going on in your back office. So I know some of you said that you were silver. You probably don't have a lot of people in your back office, but your sponsor will be able to teach you how to do morning rounds. And I do have an example coming up in a slide of what morning rounds looks like, but really it's kind of like a visualization thing, again, of like tracking your people who are in your back office, and keeping track of where your points are going to be, and like what you need to do, and your mapping, which is number 3. Mapping is like kind of like keeping like your prospects in order and like how you're going to actually get to your goals, right? Literally a map, like a roadmap to your destination. What's on that? Like, who are the people that you're going to sign up or get to order or help develop to silver or whatever? That's what mapping is. And again, I'm going to show you that in this next slide, I think. I can't find my mouse here. Oops, I went backwards. Okay, so not the next slide, but this slide, this is going with visualization. And for those of you who are new, maybe you're not even that new, but this still applies for you. This is a really, really, really big deal. Fast start opportunities is double cash for hitting ranks. So this hasn't been around. I mean, it's been around for a while now, but it hasn't been around for the longest time. When I first started, it was not around. And it's such an awesome opportunity to earn some extra cash. So this is just the bonuses for hitting a new rank. So if you hit silver, which is just referring 3 friends in your first 30 days, your normal bonus is $100, but you're going to get double if you do it within that 30 days. So it's $200, right? And again, that's on top of everything else. That's on top of your commission, your weekly pays, everything else, right? So I just want you guys to pay attention to this and maybe even print this out in your visualization, because these are insane bonuses, but then also pay attention to the time frames. They get shorter as you go, right? So your first 5 months, you have to be able to hit senior gold, ruby, and senior ruby. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible to hit those 3 ranks within those first 5 months. We've had many girls hit all of these ranks, but you got to start now. You got to really push really hard right now, because it's almost impossible to hit all 3 ranks in 1 month. That's a lot of points jumps. That's a lot of people. So in order to hit these bonuses on top of all of your other commission, just really kind of map it out, visualize, because it's totally possible and it's a lot of money. So, another thing in visualizing the income opportunities. So on the left side of your screen is this month's incentives. Now it might sound a little confusing, but this actually includes the fast start bonuses for somebody new. So on that previous slide, like I said, for referring 3 people, you get $200 for hitting silver. That's included in the $400. So the other $200 is like your commissions and your business building bonuses, blah, 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 plus this month's incentive. So this is the incentives that are only available to you this month. They do end with the month. They will not go into December. And if you're looking at refer 17, everyone knows 17 people, $2,400. Hello, Christmas is paid for, beyond paid for, right? So that's something to kind of print out and just finish out the month visualizing. On the right side of your screen, this is like the average incomes of what each rank makes. So you can see that it's divided by monthly or yearly, and it's now averages of what each person, well, not each person, what a person could make at these ranks. So another thing to kind of print out, visualize, put it on your fridge. I don't know what you guys put in the comments right now, like what rank is the rank that you want to go for, right? Like look at those numbers and type it in the chat, like dream rank. What is it? Put it in the comments. All right. So I said that morning rounds, I was going to show you what that looks like. So I'll just kind of briefly go over it, but I want you to go to your sponsor and have her walk you through this. Otherwise, we have a really great video too that Marianne did that she kind of goes in her back office and she plugs in all the pieces for you too. So go to your sponsor and talk to her about it. Or you can go to like Grow Collective or our resource pages and get that video that Marianne did. But this, we encourage everybody to do this every single day, literally every single morning. Do your morning rounds if you can. The people that we see do morning rounds every single day are the people who are moving the needle forward in their business because they know exactly what's going on in their business. They know exactly what it takes to get to their goals. They got their maps figured out. They know what their people are doing, all of the things. So basically it's just kind of going over like what your points look like right now, what they're projected at, going over like credit card declines, if there's anybody in there. And those are like things that you need to check on daily too, because not everyone's subscriptions run on the same day. Like you have to go in there and like actually look in your back office and see what's going on, put it on your morning rounds, and then troubleshoot from there on how you're going to get to your goals, right? So you guys can kind of see the breakdown. We also have this template in Grow Collective if you want to just search morning rounds or ask your sponsor for it. And she can help you fill it all out and figure out all the details. So that's morning rounds. And then mapping, I'll just go over super briefly with you guys too. Your sponsor should be able to help you with this. But remember, mapping is how we're going to get to our goal. Excuse me. So you want to go into your back office and see where you're projected at for your points, right? So let's just pretend right now I am projected at 23 points and my goal is to hit senior silver, which is 50 points. So I need 27 points to make up for. So essentially I need about 6 people, right? How am I going to get 6 people? What's my map going to look like? Who's going to be on there? And we've like really encourage you to try to be super specific. Like who are you talking to? That could sign up, or maybe you have someone in your back office that could reorder or a credit card decline. So my 6 people, I wrote them out. It's going to be my Aunt Deb, my dad is going to sign up, and my friend Heather is going to sign up. And then Allison's already in my back office. She has her subscription pushed back or pushed out. So I'm going to have her move it back to November. And then Marie on my team, she says she wants to go silver. She's going to add her mom and her sister, and we're going to find her one more person, and she's going to make $400. Do you see how easy that was to just map out I got 7 people out of the deal, right? Do you see how easy that was to map it out? And now I'm going to hit senior silver and I'm going to create a new silver. Pretty sweet. So that's mapping. The second step in being successful in your business. So that was all like visualizing and goal setting, right? So the second step is to use your sponsor. And I've already said it probably like 16 times on this Zoom, talk to your sponsor, right? Your sponsor signed you up. She introduced you to this business for a reason. She wants you to be successful. And we have the best team in the world where everyone is so awesome and where everyone is so helpful and pretty much everyone is there 24/7 because we are all go-getters and we want you to be successful. So if you are not in a three-way chat yet, ask your sponsor to be in a three-way chat. Usually it's you, your sponsor, and then your sponsor's sponsor. And then you can do it for your teammates too. Like Marie that just went silver on my map, you could start a three-way chat with Marie, yourself, and then your sponsor, right? And that's how we kind of do work. We do the goal setting, we do troubleshooting, we do on-the-job training, where you can even like add your sponsor to a three-way chat with a prospect that you have, and she can kind of teach you how she talks to people about signing up and trying the products, right? We can help with mindset work and then help with follow-up, all of the things. So again, I like quotes. This one's really good, that none of us is smart enough as all of us. So our team is so good at working together and everyone is so helpful. Like I said, so get in touch with your sponsor, talk to her every single day, send her your morning rounds, and you're going to just have like awesome growth from talking to your sponsor. So the third step is being consistent. And I think that this is a super duper big one too. Being consistent in so many different ways. And this might even sound a little bit overwhelming, but I don't want you guys to be overwhelmed at all. Again, talk to your sponsor. She can help you with even like time blocking or all the things, but being consistent in a bunch of different ways. Like I said, your three ways, being consistent in your goal setting. Like I said in the beginning, you want to be setting new goals consistently. You want to be like revamping things, especially when you're ranking up really fast. Morning rounds, you want to be consistent in. Like I said, again, everyone that we see sends their morning rounds every single morning are the people who are moving the needle forward in their business. Being consistent in posting and sharing about Plexus or sharing about the business or sharing about your pink drink. And then also follow up with your existing customers, right? So being consistent in all of these kind of areas will really be helpful for your business. So I just kind of want to talk a little bit about posting and sharing. One thing I'll kind of tell a little story too. Another thing that really helped me when I first started my business is I was terrified of like putting my face on the screen or talking on stories. You know, sometimes even these Zooms still freak me out a little bit. But one thing that really helped me in the beginning was I would just set my camera up like on the counter, and every single morning I just videotaped myself making my pink drink. And one, it was helping me be more comfortable in front of the camera. Sometimes I would talk about my pink drink or talk about what I was going to do that day. I wouldn't even say anything about Plexus. But two, it was showing my audience how consistent I am in taking my products, right? And then three, they started coming out of the woodworks and being like, hey, what's that pink drink that you keep showing in your stories, right? So then they come to me and start asking questions. Plus they're seeing me be consistent on them. So they know that obviously it's working for me or that I really like it, right? If you're posting inconsistently or talking about the products like once a week, people are going to be like, oh, she still does that Plexus thing, or she still likes that pink drink, you know, or they're not even going to make the connections, or maybe they don't even watch your stories that day. So they totally missed it altogether. Does that make sense? So I think that there is a fine line between overdoing it, which I say at the bottom of this page, don't overdo it. You still want to be authentic and you still want to be you and you still want to post about the things that you like to post about. But at the same time, somehow like incorporate it, Plexus into it. And one thing that I always say is to go find somebody who does Plexus and posts and shares about it well, like either in stories or on their Facebook pages. If you guys need some ideas of some accounts, maybe some people on our team or even outside of our team, there's a ton of people out there who do posting really, really well that we can give you some recommendations. Go follow them and watch what they do. And you can kind of copy some of their ideas, right? I used to kind of copy people all the time. There's a saying in Plexus, there's a whole thing, one Plexus. It means that we're all in this together. So if I make a post and you want to kind of steal it and just tweak it a little bit to sound like yourself, you can do that, and you don't even have to ask for permission. Right? You can obviously ask for permission, but one Plexus, we all are in this together. So you can just kind of take what you want. So in our Grow Collective Facebook page, there's also a bunch of posting ideas. There's all kinds of testimonies. There is business testimonies. There's opportunity, like scripts and stuff. Like I said, you making your pink drink every single day really catches the eye. Put polls in your stories or little question boxes or whatever. There's all kinds of different ideas. And again, you can talk to your sponsor about some ideas for posting, and not being too like redundant on the same thing over and over. Okay, so number 4, we're almost there, you guys. Being a part of the community is a really big deal. Like I said, our team is so awesome. And I'm not just trying to toot our horns, but our team is really awesome, and we are just like the biggest, warmest, fuzziest group of girls. And I just think that it's so important to kind of like immerse yourself into the community and connect with other people. And we have team chats, and then we have team pages. Ask your sponsor to get in on them. We send all kinds of like updates in there. We send like new product releases when we have them, or like any incentives that are going on. But we also like have a ton of fun. We all send gifts and like funny stickers and have a blast. And the really big thing is that when you have a success in your business, we shout you out, and then everyone gets to like hurrah you and send gifts and like make it super fun and exciting. So if you like being congratulated when you sign a VIP or when you rank up and stuff, other people like that too. So make sure that you're like totally pouring in and congratulating others in the chats too, because it feels really good, right? But it's also another place where you can ask questions or be interactive. And like I said, like make some friends with your sideline sisters or your uplines or downlines or whatever. I don't like all those terms, but our community is really awesome. So a part of that too, Plexus has their own community pages that you could totally look up. They have a new Ambassador Academy Facebook page, which is really good for people who are brand spanking new. And then they also have an ambassador community page, which is like everybody. And then they even have like a jewel page and a diamond page for when you hit jewel and diamond. So be a part of those groups and kind of get to know everybody. And then there are a bunch of different Zooms that we do. So our team Zooms, Marianne always sends out a calendar at the beginning of the month. You can ask for that from your sponsor. We have Zooms every Monday night as our team Zoom. And then we have a bunch of other filtered in there, like the product Zooms, the biz app Zooms. This is the biz info Zoom. And then again, Plexus has their own slew of Zooms. I think they probably have Zooms going on like almost every single day of different trainings or inspirational things, all the things, right? So tons of different ways and resources that you can totally immerse yourself into. But it's just kind of fun to like be a part of the community and meet some new friends all over the country, right? So, excuse me, last step, the final step is to familiarize yourself with the back office. And I'm not going to go into detail about the back office live on here, but what I did in the beginning, honestly, you guys, is I just logged into my back office. Yes, it looks kind of scary when you're brand new, but just start clicking around. Just start clicking around, and just kind of seeing what everything does in there. There is also like literally it says like something like new ambassadors, click here or start here or something like that. And there's like trainings on your back office, or even just like product trainings and stuff. They have so many resources in there. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure in Grow Collective too, we also have a overview of how to navigate it. But then also, like I said, Marianne did an awesome video on how to do morning rounds, which also goes over some back office stuff. But seriously, you guys, just start clicking around. You're going to be living in your back office, especially if you are doing morning rounds, and especially if you are trying to move the needle forward in your business. So I know that was a lot, you guys. I'm so sorry. But I want to see the chat here. Did anybody have any questions at all? Oh, I see a lot of people wanted to go for diamond. Awesome. Is there any questions? I know that was a lot of information. Again, this was recorded, so I will send out the recording to all the chats tonight here still, if anyone missed it or anything, or if you guys have any questions, you can always ask in the chats, in the community chats, and then also take it back to your 3 ways. So, oh, you guys, yay. All right, well, that's it then. You guys have a good night. Thank you.